Hello and welcome to my interview. Today I'm going to be interviewing Ralph and Jack, who were stuck on that island all those years ago. It is now 23 years later and we finally get to hear the truth about what happened. Ralph and Jack were apparently the main leaders on the island, and so we get to hear their perspectives specifically. So tell me, Jack, what did an average day on the island look like for you?
Well, what we'd do is we'd wake up, I'd grab the spear next to my bed, and I'd start to paint my face. I got so good at it, it only took about 30 minutes after 2 weeks. Did I say minutes? I meant seconds, my bad. But yeah, it was a good time. After that, I'd grab a banana, and we went straight to hunting. And we'd get those pigs. We'd find us a pig. Oh yeah, we'd find us a nice big pig. And we'd round her up. And we'd slit her throat so that she couldn't run very far. You know. Anyways, after that, we'd haul the pig back to camp. And we'd have us a big feast. Everybody loved it.
Okay, now Ralph, what did an average day on the island look like for you?
I would wake up and check the shelters to make sure that they were stable. I would shake them fiercely to make sure that they could withstand the heavy winds if needed at night. After that, I'd make the long trek up to our signal fire and replenish the burn. Then I would add wood onto the wood pile to make sure we'd have more if needed, and I'd head back down to the camp where I'd meet up with Piggy and the little uns again for a meal of mainly fruit.
So Jack, did the boys get along on the island?
Well, we mostly left the little ones to their own devices. Those were the ones, smaller kids, about ages 6 to 8, around there. They just followed whoever seemed in control, usually me. But, it was all going fine, dandy, and butterflies and games and whatnot, up until Ralph said that my hunters contributed nothing and were useless. Well, I just wasn't having that. He's downright lying, if anyone says so. And so I went off, started my own tribe. We were doing great, and we could have survived for decades if it wasn't for Ralph. He was so power hungry and just wanted to control everything.
Now Ralph, did you boys get along on the island?
We were making real progress. When everyone was listening to me, we were making real strides getting off the island sooner. But as soon as Jack took control, we turned into the beast we feared ourselves. We almost killed each other. We ended up killing 2 boys who didn't end up making it off the island.
So Jack, how did the island affect your current life?
It's a good question. Well, for starters, I'm terrified of flying. No, but in all seriousness, I've had a number of issues readjusting to my current life. Well, for starters, when I got back, the things I was doing just seemed so meaningless in a way. Like what I was doing just didn't matter. I'd seemed to have lost control over myself and my life. But I started hunting. And, I don't know, it was really helpful. Something about seeing those animals just so full of life, moments before it's just taken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How did the island affect your current life?
It affects me every day. Thanks to that island, my childhood was cut to an end and I had to grow up. I still dream I'm on that island sometimes. The memories of us turning on each other and attacking each other still scarred my mind.
Oh, wow. So Jack.
I'm sorry. Can I stop you right there? Do you mind if I smoke a pipe while we do this?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
I know this is a personal question, but We know that 2 boys didn't come back from the island. Whatever happened to them?
Well, it was tragic, really. The first boy, Simon, we were close friends, you know. We may have met on the island, but we became close friends very quickly. We hunted together, we explored, all that good stuff. One day, he went out on a swim in the ocean, and he just didn't come back. We never saw him again after that, but I know he's still with us. Sorry. I'm okay now. And the second boy, Piggy, he was a bit larger than the other boys, you know, not too athletic either. It wasn't his fault, he had asthma. But regardless, one day he dropped his specs on a ledge just beneath a cliff. He went down to go retrieve them though, and he slipped and fell right to his death. It was a terrible sight, really. We didn't know what to do. We just wish we could have done something for those boys.
That's awful.
Yeah, well, God's plan, right?
So you're telling me that Jack is the one who killed everyone?
That's exactly what I'm saying, yes.
Get out of the car, right? Get out. I think you're some kind of tough guy, Ralph. You always thought you were cool. What? You want